How do you find the strength to pick yourself up after having difficult life experiences? A 1960s Frank Sinatra song offers advice for all of you, contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. It goes, "Now nothing is impossible. I've found for when my chin is on the ground, I pick myself up, dust myself off, and start all over again." Don't lose your confidence if you slip. Be grateful for a pleasant trip, and pick yourself up, dust off, start over again. Work like a soul inspired until the battle of the day is won. You may be sick and tired, but you be a man, my son. Will you remember the famous men who have to fall to rise again? So take a deep breath, pick yourself up, and start all over again. Often we are the last to know that we possess a reservoir of strength and the ability to persevere. I remember my mother telling me that while I had my fair share of bad luck, she was impressed with my ability to recover yet again. Her observation surprised me. I began to think about what it was I was doing that gave me the strength to pick myself up. I learned that when I see the successes of people who have overcome great difficulties, I gain strength from their stories. Mark Black of Dieppe spent his first 23 years dealing with congenital heart disease. He was able to lead a mostly normal life. Then, May 2000, things took a turn for the worse. He learned he needed a life-saving heart and lung transplant. Mark began a journey that would change his life forever. It wasn't until September 2002 that a donor was finally found. Since then, he's been healthy enough to run in 4 marathons and 5 half marathons. The positive way that Mark handled his illness led him to discover a new career. He began to share the lessons about life he learned during his illness at service clubs and schools in the Dieppe area. Once he gained confidence and experience, he became a professional speaker. Mark could have been singing, "Now nothing's impossible. I've found for when my chin is on the ground, I pick myself up, dust myself off, and start all over again." Picture 4 little girls on round-backed ponies, laughing with glee, repeatedly sliding off and climbing back on. We were learning to keep our balance while riding bareback and trotting the ponies in circles. No one was there to criticize us for failure or protect us for our own good. We delighted in each other's determination to get back on and try again. We could have been singing, "Don't lose your confidence if you slip. Be grateful for a pleasant trip, and pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again." What happened to us as children that we did not get enough acceptance, approval, and adventure? Was it parents, teachers, or friends that discouraged us? As adults, we have to find a way to shake off our fear, shame, or disappointment and start over again. You have heard an inspirational example of someone recovering from a physical challenge. How do you find your strength after recovering from a devastating personal tragedy? All night I watched over Mike in the intensive care unit. His temperature rose above the danger zone. in spite of the massive amounts of antibiotics that being pumped into his body. Due to the unrelenting infection, his heart stopped. The nurses worked furiously to bring him back to me, while I held his hand and called his name. I lost my love. How to pick myself up again? The answer for me was to go back to work. There I could lose myself in helping customers with their daily business issues. I gained strength by seeing other people getting on with their lives. My Mike sang to me, "Work like a soul inspired until the battle of the day is won. You may be sick and tired, but you be strong, my loved one." Be inspired by great successes, because there are many of them. Devin Brooks co-founded Blow Dry Bar, a franchise with 21 locations across the U.S. and Canada. At 25, Devin is all about paying it forward. She became Canadian Youth Business Federation's youngest mentor. The most amazing part of Devin's story is a personal one. She was assaulted in 2 separate incidents at 18 and 21. Devin had to pick herself up while recovering from post-traumatic stress. Now she is an advocate for speaking up about rape and sexual assault. She gave an inspirational speech that you can watch on YouTube called Talking Trauma, Transforming Truth. Devin continues to promote confronting one's issues and learning to cope when life gets messy. We all should sing. Will you remember the famous who have to fall to rise again? So take a deep breath, pick yourself up, and start all over again. Gain strength when you see the successes of others. When I see you picking yourself up and starting again, I gain strength with you.